Today we are going to be looking at the breadboard or the protoboard, how the breadboard is configured and how it can be used. So let's get started. Yes, we have a breadboard here. Breadboard, they are usually white in color, but you might see others that are not white. So I have a breadboard here, and today I'm going to be explaining how this breadboard is configured, the architecture of the breadboard, what is running underneath the breadboard, and how we can make use of this opportunity to build whatever we want with the breadboard. Breadboard is a temporary board. It's majorly used for prototyping of electrical designs and for testing your circuits before soldering on a permanent board. The breadboard is divided into three segments. You have the power rails. Inside the power rails, you have the wiring rails, consist of this side and this side, and you also have the power rails here. And the gap between the first part of the breadboard to the other half is called the groove. So this line is called the groove. Now let's look at the architecture of the breadboard. Breadboard holes are majorly in group of five. If you check here, you can see that we have some divisions on the breadboard. This, this, and so on like that. And if you count the number of holes in each division, there are majorly five. We have one, two, three, four, and five. This is for the power rails. And also in the wiring rails, they are divided into the group of fives. So this is labeled from A to E. One, two, three, four, five. So how is the breadboard connected? Some are connected and some are not connected. So let's start from the wire power rails. In the power rails, there are two different type of this, depending on the breadboard you are holding. There's some breadboard that you can see that the power rails has two lines, the positive and the negative. You can choose to use it either for the negative or for the positive. Some breadboard we have marked one side for the positive and the other side for the negative. But here, for this breadboard, these rails are all connected up to this point. It means whatever you plug into this line is connected up to this point. And also whatever you plug into this line is connected up to this point. And why this part of the power rails and this side are separated. So if you want to loop them, you can still loop them with the jumper wire. But there are some breadboards that right from the beginning to the end they are connected. But for this breadboard, whatever you connect from here to here, they are connected together. And from here to here also they are connected together. The same thing in the other side. From here to here, they are connected together. And from here to here, they are connected together. I'm going to open up this breadboard and we're going to see how this is actually done. And also, if you check the power rails, for the power rails, you can see that horizontally the power rails are connected, but the wiring rails are connected vertically. The wiring rails are connected vertically. Instead of being connected like this, the wiring rails are connected like this. So this group of five, they are connected together. These five, they are connected together. These five, they are connected together. These five also, they are connected together. But this half of the breadboard is different from this half of the breadboard. It means this side is not connected to this side. So there are two different sides. These sides are completely isolated from this side. So whatever you plug into this is not connected to this. Whatever you plug into this side is not connected to this side. If you want to loop them, you have to use a jumper or a component to loop them together. Let me use a paper to demonstrate that for us. Okay, let's look at what is happening on the breadboard here. Let's assume I have my breadboard. This is the power rails, and this is the wiring rails. So for the power rails, we have for positive and for negative. So let's assume I have my positive side, which are in group of five. So let's assume this part is this part, and also I have another group of 5. So on this breadboard, I said this part is isolated from this part. It means these are all connected together underneath. While the other side, they are also connected together, but they are isolated from each other. And for the wiring rules, the connection is like this. So everything you plug into this line is connected to this line, and everything you plug into this line is connected to this line, but they are not connected. This half of the breadboard and the other half, they are isolated from each other. The same thing with power rails. This power rail is isolated from this power rail. So let's open up this breadboard. Or before we do that, let's look at the other part of the breadboard and how we can use them. So this is the back of the breadboard. We have a groove here. We see what it's being used for, and we have a protruded part here. So what is this part used for? It's the same thing that this part is also used for. It's used for connection with other breadboard. As when you are working and you need more breadboard, you need a much larger workspace, you can connect this breadboard to another one. Let's see how that is being done. I have another breadboard here. Let me use this. So assuming I need 2 breadboards, I can join these 2 breadboards like this. I'm going to use this connected to the openings of this. And that is that. I've successfully connected 2 breadboards together, and I can connect this using jumpers to make them work hand in hand. So for us to better understand what is actually happening on breadboard, I'm going to open up one of these breadboards so you can see what is lying underneath them. So I've opened this up and I have this. So I open up this breadboard so you can see how they are connected. Let me bring another one for us. So this is actually what is lying under the breadboard. You can see that for the power rails, they are all connected. And also they are all connected up to this point. You can see that this point and this point, they are not connected. So for power rails, they are connected up to this point. The same thing here up to this point. So these are metals that connect them together. And for the wiring rails, they are connected vertically. You can see that the groove separates the first half and the second half of the breadboard. And the power rails are not in any way connected together. And one link does not join to the other link for the power rails. So in the next tutorial, we're going to be seeing how we can use breadboard to make our circuit and also for testing our circuit. Thank you.